This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to the program. We have a packed rundown today, covering everything from political security scares to major celebrity breakups and the future of the biggest film franchises in the world.
Megan Thee Stallion breaks down during a Broadway performance.
Shots fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner event.
Brooklyn Beckham dines alone while his family celebrates elsewhere.
Euphoria fans get a look inside the lavish wedding.
Barack Obama calls for national unity after the shooting.
James Bond fans face a record-breaking wait for 007.
The White House shooter's disturbing manifesto is finally revealed.
Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun cause a stagecoach stir.
Let's start with Megan.
Megan Thee Stallion is going through a very public and painful split from NBA player Klay Thompson. Over the weekend, the rapper took to her Instagram story to air out some serious grievances, accusing Thompson of cheating and having cold feet after she supported him through his difficult basketball season. She mentioned being around his family and playing house, only for him to question if he could even be monogamous. It was a raw, unfiltered look at her heartbreak, and she even told her fans she needed a real break after this ordeal. However, her schedule didn't allow for a hiatus just yet. She had a major commitment on Broadway, stepping into the role of Zidler for a performance of Moulin Rouge, the musical at the Al Hirschfeld Theater in New York City.
The emotional toll of the breakup was visible when she finally took the stage. Footage shared by dancer Dominique Lude showed Megan wiping tears from her eyes while facing the audience. Despite her obvious distress, the crowd rallied behind her with massive cheers and shouts of love. The support didn't stop at the theater doors, as fellow stars like Angel Reese and Mona Leo posted messages of solidarity on social media. Reese praised her for showing up even while carrying such a heavy emotional burden, calling her an inspiration. Fans have been suggesting she take a sabbatical to heal, but for now, she is being lauded for her professionalism. It is a reminder that even the biggest stars have to balance their personal pain with the demands of a very public career, often in front of thousands.
Now to Washington.
Panic erupted at the Washington Hilton during the White House Correspondents' Association dinner on Saturday night, when shots were fired just outside the ballroom. The event was attended by high-profile figures, including President Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. According to eyewitnesses, the shooting occurred around 8:36 p.m., shortly after the dinner had officially begun. As news of the gunfire reached the ballroom, guests were seen scrambling for cover under tables. Secret Service agents acted instantly, rushing the stage to evacuate the president and vice president. In the chaos, footage showed Trump being ushered off and momentarily falling to the ground as agents moved him to safety. It was a terrifying scene for everyone involved, as the smell of gunpowder was reportedly unmistakable for those near the back of the venue where the breach occurred.
President Trump later held a press conference to address the situation, praising the Secret Service for their incredibly quick and brave actions. He revealed that a man armed with multiple weapons had charged a security checkpoint and was taken down by law enforcement. During the confrontation, one Secret Service officer was shot at close range with a powerful weapon, but his life was saved by his bulletproof vest. Trump confirmed the officer is in great shape despite the near-death experience. The suspect was taken into custody, and the president shared footage on Truth Social showing the gunman storming the hotel. This security breach has raised serious questions about the safety of high-level political events, but the immediate response from the protective detail prevented what could have been a much larger tragedy for the many officials in attendance.
Next, the Beckhams.
While the rest of the Beckham family was putting on a united front at high-profile events in New York City, Brooklyn Beckham was spotted thousands of miles away in Los Angeles. The 27-year-old was seen dining alone at an In-N-Out burger, looking quite solitary without his wife, Nicola Peltz, or any of his famous relatives. This sighting comes after Brooklyn publicly distanced himself from brand Beckham back in January, calling his family's public image performative. While his parents, David and Victoria, were attending the TIM E100 Gala and launching new fashion collections on the East Coast, Brooklyn opted for a very low-key look in shorts and sliders. The contrast between the lavish ballroom events in Manhattan and Brooklyn's quiet fast food run in California highlights the ongoing estrangement that has gripped the family for nearly a year now.
Victoria Beckham recently addressed the feud for the first time, stating that she and David have always tried to be the best parents possible and protect their children. However, the silence between them and Brooklyn has persisted since last May, when Brooklyn and Nicola reportedly snubbed David's 50th birthday celebrations. During his solo outing, Brooklyn was seen scrolling through his phone, seemingly uninterested in the culinary career he has been trying to build, opting for a simple burger instead of his own cooking. The rift seems deeper than ever, especially as the rest of the siblings, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper, continue to travel and appear with their parents. It remains to be seen if the family can bridge this gap. But for now, Brooklyn appears content to stay on the West Coast, while his family dominates the New York social scene.
Moving to Euphoria.
Fans of Euphoria finally got to see the long-awaited wedding between Cassie and Nate in the latest episode of Season 3. The event was a massive production, featuring over $50,000 worth of flowers, a demand made by Cassie that the production team actually fulfilled. Showrunner Sam Levinson described the shoot as both beautiful and complicated, as it was one of the rare moments where the entire main cast was gathered in one location. The wedding served as a metaphor for American delusion, with production designer Francois Audouy explaining that the goal was to create a space that felt like a tragedy living inside perfection. The lavish exterior was meant to mask the internal rot of the characters' relationships. Sydney Sweeney and Jacob Elordi were praised for their ability to balance the humor and the creeping anxiety that defined the entire ceremony.
The episode was also a poignant moment for the cast and crew, as it featured the return of Eric Dane as Cal Jacobs. Dane filmed these scenes following his ALS diagnosis and sadly passed away in February before the season premiered. Levinson shared beautiful memories of working with Dane, noting that he showed up with incredible grace and professionalism despite his health struggles. The wedding also saw a reunion between Cal and Jules, played by Hunter Schafer, adding another layer of emotional complexity to the event. Beyond the drama, the visual style of the wedding was meticulously planned, with a color palette of blushes and creams that evolved from previous seasons. It was a spectacle designed to be seductive yet hollow, perfectly capturing the essence of the show's themes, while providing a bittersweet farewell to one of its most talented cast members.
Back to the shooting.
In the wake of the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting, former President Barack Obama has issued a strong call for national unity. He emphasized that violence has absolutely no place in a democracy and urged all citizens to reject the idea that such actions are acceptable. Obama also took a moment to honor the courage of the Secret Service agents who put their lives on the line every day, expressing his gratitude that the agent who was shot is expected to make a full recovery. His message mirrored the sentiments of Donald Trump, who also spoke about the need to resolve differences through dialogue rather than conflict. Trump noted that the room was filled with people from across the political spectrum, from progressives to conservatives, and he claimed to see a sense of coming together despite the terrifying events that had just unfolded outside.
The legal process for the alleged shooter is moving quickly, with U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro announcing several serious charges. The suspect faces counts of using a firearm during a crime of violence and assault on a federal officer. His arraignment is scheduled for Monday, and more charges are likely as the investigation continues. Meanwhile, Trump gave an interview to 60 Minutes where he described his own reaction to the gunshots, admitting he wanted to see what was happening rather than just being rushed away. This incident has momentarily shifted the political discourse toward a shared concern for safety and the integrity of public institutions. Both current and former leaders are stressing that while political disagreements are inevitable, the safety of the democratic process must be protected at all costs, especially as the country moves closer to another high-stakes election cycle.
Now for 007.
James Bond fans are going to have to be very patient, as reports indicate the next film won't hit theaters until 2028. This 7-year gap since No Time to Die marks the longest hiatus in the franchise's 64-year history, surpassing the 6-year wait between the Dalton and Brosnan eras. The delay is largely due to a shift in production philosophy under Amazon MGM Studios. The creative team, now led by director Denis Villeneuve and writer Stephen Knight, is prioritizing quality over speed. Villeneuve reportedly wants a significant break after finishing the third Dune film before fully diving into the world of 007. Sources suggest that pre-production might not even begin until early 2027, with a lengthy filming and editing process to follow. This deliberate pace is intended to ensure the franchise is successfully rebooted for a new generation of viewers.
As for who will actually step into the tuxedo, the casting rumors are heating up. Harris Dickinson has recently emerged as a top favorite among bookmakers, with his odds shortening significantly over the past week. He is currently busy with a project playing John Lennon, but many believe he has the right look and talent to take over the iconic role. Other names like Callum Turner are also high on the list, but no official announcement has been made. The Broccoli family, who have steered the franchise for decades, are working closely with Amazon to find the perfect successor to Daniel Craig. While the wait is frustrating for many fans, the involvement of high-caliber talent like Villeneuve suggests that the next chapter of James Bond will be a major cinematic event worth the long delay. For now, the search for the new Bond continues.
Regarding the shooter,
the investigation into the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting has uncovered a disturbing manifesto written by the suspect, 31-year-old teacher Cole Thomas Allen. In the document, which he sent to his family before the attack, Allen referred to himself as the friendly federal assassin. He explicitly detailed his plans to target high-ranking government officials, specifically naming Donald Trump as his primary target. The manifesto revealed a chilling level of premeditation, as Allen explained his choice to use buckshot instead of slugs to minimize penetration through walls and reduce collateral damage. He also expressed a sense of arrogance, mocking the hotel security and staff for not perceiving him as a threat, despite him carrying multiple weapons into the building. His writings suggest a deep-seated resentment toward the current administration, which he used to justify his violent intentions as a form of religious duty.
Donald Trump responded to the manifesto during a recent interview, labeling Allen a lone wolf and a sick, troubled guy. He dismissed the shooter's claims of religious motivation, stating that the man clearly hates Christians and is simply a thug. The manifesto also included Allen's belief that anyone attending the dinner was complicit in the actions of the administration, which is why he was willing to fire into the crowd. Fortunately, despite the shots fired, no one in the audience was injured, though the psychological impact on the attendees was significant. Law enforcement is now using the manifesto to build a comprehensive case against Allen, who is facing multiple federal charges. The revelation of such a detailed plan has sparked a renewed debate about how to identify and stop individuals who radicalize online before they can carry out such high-profile attacks on public figures.
Finally, Stagecoach.
Sydney Sweeney and her boyfriend Scooter Braun were the talk of the Stagecoach Music Festival this past weekend. The Euphoria star was seen enjoying the performances from a very unique vantage point, perched right on Braun's shoulders. Footage of the couple quickly went viral, showing Sweeney singing along to country artist Ella Langley while wearing denim cutoffs and a lacy white shirt. While some fans found the moment adorable and defended her right to have fun, others were less impressed. Critics on social media pointed out that she was blocking the view of everyone behind her and seemed to be looking around to see who was filming her. Some even compared her behavior to her character Cassie Howard, suggesting she was taking the role of a girl desperate for attention a bit too seriously in her real life as well.
The couple has been dating since last year after meeting at the high-profile wedding of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. Their appearance at Stagecoach follows a recent outing at the Euphoria Season 3 premiere, where they were also seen getting cozy. Sweeney is no stranger to social media controversy, having faced backlash in the past for various family photos and advertising campaigns. Despite the mixed reactions to her festival antics, her supporters were quick to jump in, calling the hate unnecessary and praising her for simply enjoying a weekend out with her partner. Whether it was a genuine moment of festival fun or a calculated move for the cameras, it certainly kept her in the headlines. As she continues to rise in Hollywood, every public move she makes seems to spark a massive debate among fans and critics alike about celebrity etiquette and public image.
That wraps up our briefing for today. Make sure to follow us for the next daily update on the stories that matter most. We will see you back here tomorrow morning.